Hi and welcome. I'm Ashley Profit, and today we're going to talk about how to create blog headers, sidebar buttons, and more using your stock photography, specifically this series of beauty stock. So let's get started. We'll be opening up Facebook and creating a new canvas. We're going to create several new canvas sizes to show what it might look like in a blog header, a blog sidebar button, and then in an Instagram post. So, depending on what platform you use for your website, your blog header, your shop banner size, your website banner, homepage, all of those things are going to vary from website to website. So make sure you have a little sticky note or something where you have written down your specific dimensions, because it's going to change from person to person, from business to business, and site to site. So we're just going to pretend that we're going to do, for my blog header, we're going to make up some sizes. Okay, so we're going to do 1100 by 500. That's probably too big. Let's do 1100 by 300. Usually your headers are going to be wide and narrow. Your resolution should be 72 always for digital, and color mode should always be RGB as well. Click OK. So we'll use this for the blog header. I'm going to create another one for a sidebar button. Again, these numbers are going to be very specific to your website and your blog, so make sure that you have your numbers written down. But for the purposes here, we'll do 270 by 270. Okay, so that'll be our sidebar button. And now we're going to do, let's do an Instagram post as well. So Instagram will be 1000 by 1000. Again, resolution is 72, and our color mode is RGB. Now, one trick, if you needed to see all of these at the same time, you would go Window, Arrange, 3 up vertical. Now I can see all three at one time. Now I don't really need to do that, so I'm going to combine them back into one. So let's start with the blog header. If you don't know what I'm referring to when I say blog header, I mean just the header that goes at the very top of your blog. So this, specifically beauty stock, is great for fashion bloggers, for makeup artists, for anybody in a cosmetology field. These images would be great for you guys. Really, they would be great for any woman with a very high-end fashion feel to their brand, even if they're not a beauty blogger. So we have our canvas here. I'm going to place in my stock photography, so I'm going to go File, Place, and I'm going to use this one. One thing that is great about this specific image and using it for a header, it looks like, and then if your background is white on your blog, it's going to look seamless. Great. That looks so beautiful. And a seamless look on your blog versus if we let this cut off here and there was a line like that on your blog, it's going to not look as custom. This is going to look very custom because it will look and feel seamless. So now we have our image here. Let's pretend that the SC Stockshop is our client here, and we're doing her, just going to place in her logo. We're going to pretend that this is her blog. And I'm going to place in her logo just like that. So just in case you didn't see what I did, I went File, Place, and then I searched for her file, for her logo, and I placed it in. Whenever you're placing an image in, you want to make sure that you always hold the Shift key so that you maintain proportions, especially when you're dealing with logos. Nobody likes this. You can see this feels a little bit strange. The image is really big here. So I'm going to actually scale it. I'm going to get real tricky, okay? I'm going to scale it. So we could do this, but that feels strange and not as awesome. Or we could actually copy the layer, so that we have double. So tricky, right? Tricky, tricky. Okay, I don't really love that either. I'm going to take away that layer, and I'm going to go back to the bigger size. You guys are getting to see inside my design brain. Do you like it? I'm going to actually do that. So the great thing about styled stock is that you have some creative freedom to place it within an image the way that you see fit. So now I have my logo, and these guiding lines are telling me that it's centered, and that's helpful. So let's say this is the SC Stockshop blog, so we've put in the logo, but maybe we need to still add some text, and so I'm going to just go over here in my tools, and I'm going to click the T, which is our text tool, and then I'm going to type blog, and then I'm going to go over here to my character palette. I'm going to increase the size of that. Not my best typography, but you get the idea. There we go. That's actually a little bit better. So this is our blog header. Great. Not my most amazing design, but the purpose has been served that now you know how to create a blog header. Here is a sidebar button for said blog. We want it to work cohesively with this lipstick image. So maybe we've purchased the entire brand builder set. So I'm going to use one of these images that are very similar in look and feel to create my sidebar buttons. Now these buttons are going to be really small. They're going to be exactly the size that they are right here. You don't want to scale this too small because then they won't get seen. Okay, so I'm going to increase the size. I'm just pulling and holding the shift key, and I'm probably going to put some text on this like lipstick tutorials or something like that. Whatever somebody would have in their sidebar, or follow me on Instagram. I need some white space here, so let's pretend that this one is for join our newsletter. And these are things that just add a little bit of character to your blog, to your website. They're not, like, nobody's gonna die if you don't have these, but it is really helpful and just creates a little bit of visual interest for your audience. And again, I'm just playing around here. It's hard to design these things without a client in mind, and so right now I'm just making this up off the top of my head. I like to know where it's going to be used and how. You can see that already this is visually, it's just appealing versus if there was just text in your sidebar that said join our newsletter. This just looks really awesome, even without any time spent on the typography. So all I did was I went here to the text tool, I created a text box, I typed join our newsletter, and then I worked with the size over here. This determines your font size. This determines your line spacing, so we can go bigger, more space, less space. And this is your letter spacing. We would just file, save as here. Same thing here. Your brand is a either high-end, luxe, fashion industry, makeup artist, cosmetology, something, a stylist, any of those things, and you are utilizing these makeup images, these beauty images. It would be great for you to have the entire brand builder set, because then when you're promoting things, you can use the other images. So here we have another one. And let's say you're promoting a makeup course. So beautiful. I'm gonna spin this around and show you that it doesn't have to always look exactly the way. I hope I'm actually allowed to say that. I think you are allowed to rotate it. I know you're not allowed to edit these images because they've been thoughtfully styled and photographed professionally, but I think you can rotate them. The reason I'm saying that is that you have more creative freedom and you can do dozens of things with this specific image, and it will never look the exact same as before. Meaning you can do infinite things with it and it will never feel boring. Okay, so we've got this image, and let's say I'm having a sale on Instagram, so I'm gonna say, nope, not a sale, let's do a course. Beauty course by the fashionista. Okay, so I'm gonna change the font of that one. So I just went over here to my character palette. Baskerville. Oh, Baskerville. Let's do Dido. Is that how you say it, friends? Not sure at all. Okay, the beauty course. It's gonna sell out, you guys. It's gonna sell out. Okay, beauty course presented by the fashionista with this gorgeous now Instagram image that did not take us very long to create. It's branded because everything that the fashionista puts on her blog makes use of these beauty stock images. Okay, so everything is consistent. So someone comes to her blog and the header looks like this. Her sidebar buttons use this same image, and then we see this on Instagram, and so I know that this is who the fashionista is, the one who put this out. In case you're just tuning in, the fashionista is a fictitious person that I just made up on the spot. You get the idea that you can use these specific images, especially these beauty images, because they're on pure white. They can go anywhere. I mean, that looks so beautiful. I wish I was a beauty blogger so that I could use these images. In the end, say these are finished, we're gonna go Command Shift Alt S to save for web. That's a little trick to have in your pocket. Save for web. Being able to see it in this box helps you to see exactly that your text looks right and isn't pixely. You can look at a few different options. I'm going to just show you what the quality, so I've got it on JPEG now, and the quality, if the quality goes down, that's what happens. We get this like grainy effect around the text and around the image. If the quality is the highest, we lose all of that. I tend to save with a ping 24 every time. Okay, so we would save it. And we're done. I hope that was really helpful and that you utilize these for all digital platform areas. So your blog, your sidebar, your website homepage, Facebook, Instagram, the possibilities are endless. Enjoy!